Okay, we're going to show grade 8s today how to set up the settings in a vCarve program in this tutorial. Alright, so first thing to do is to open up the grade 8 wood design folder. That's a shortcut that you would have clicked and dragged from your computer. If you haven't done that already, come see Mr. Moreau. It's important that you've got that on your desktop. And open it up in Windchime vCarve file, CRV. Drag that onto your desktop. And in the demo folder, open it up. Actually, you know what? You guys are going to find your bitmap in your grade 8 folder, whichever class designation you've got. Take your bitmap, drag it onto the desktop as well. I'm going to take mine from the demo. I've got my demo bitmap right there. So take that right now and you can drag that onto your desktop as well. And do it right now so you don't forget where it is and whatnot. Okay? As well, important that you drag the vCarve file onto your desktop and not work on it from your handout folder, because it will not save any of your information in the handout folder, but if it's on your desktop it'll allow you to save it. And close that folder now and open up the Windchime vCarve file. Takes a minute to open because it's a big file. Here we go. Settings now. A couple of settings we're going to look at under file operations is the set job dimensions and origin. And you're just going to check to see if these are all the same. So first thing to set or change would be the width. Make sure it's 11. And the height is 11 as well. Pause the video at any point in time if you have to change these settings so that you can make sure you have them all, because you need them all. Thickness needs to be 0.75. And the datum position, rather the material, the Z0, needs to be at the top of the material. So the little ball needs to be at the top. Datum position for XY needs to be in the center of the material. So move it to the center if it's somewhere else. Inches needs to be selected as opposed to millimeters. And that's about it. So don't worry about modeling resolution or appearance. Underneath there is a cancel and an OK. Hit the OK button. Okay. There we go. Now that's set. Next bunch of settings are over in the toolpath on the other side of the computer. Hit the little pin on the auto hide so it stays open. Check the settings for under material. I'll just close that for a sec, show you again. So under where it says material setup, where it says set, click the button and it shows you your Z0 as well at the top. And your thickness at 0.75 and your datum position there. Everything else should be, you don't have to worry about any of those settings at all, but just those three things at the top. Click OK. Next group of settings are in the toolpath operations. So click Profile Toolpath and it'll open up a panel with settings again. Start depth is going to be 0. That's good. That's at the top of the material. The cut depth is going to be 0.78. Our material is 0.75, so this is going to cut through the material all the way and a little bit more. But the default for it is 1. So make sure that it's not 1. Make sure it's 0.78. Oh, that's wrong. 0.78. There we go. Now, next thing, you might have it set to inside left for machine vectors. Make sure it's on the outside right. And climb, it should be already in climb. Milling. Last pass shouldn't be selected. Add toolpath, adds tabs to toolpath. We're going to be dealing with that later. And the rest of it should be fine. We're going to be renaming it as well after. But for now, we're just going to close it. And we're going to auto hide our panel. So you just unpin it from the top there. You just unpin it. Boom. And it'll auto hide. Next thing to do is to save it. Save it as, go to your documents folder and then save it somewhere in there. Click on the name. Keep the majority of the name so you know what it is, but put your last name. Okay, so that you've got it there, and then press the save button. That way if you have to shut down, you can load up the vCarve file that you saved with all the settings already intact. And one more thing is come see Mr. Moreau and show him the settings that you've changed if you had to change any of the settings. If they're all the same, even go see him too, just so you double check with that. We don't want to have a problem happening over at the vCarve machine because the settings weren't set up properly. Okay? Thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next video.